Welcome to Leeds East International Airport, otherwise known as Buckingham Palace. Inside is where we film pretty much everything in Victoria. Behind us are the makeup trucks and the very important catering is over there. So that's where all the kind of business goes on. But over there, that's where the magic happens. So come with me and get a tour. This is the aircraft hangar on the inside. If you look up into the roof, sometimes you can see parakeets, owls, all kinds of birds. It's Buckingham Palace, but it's also a wildlife reserve, which can make filming quite tricky. During the proposal scene, when Victoria's proposing to Albert, and it's this really romantic moment, we had to stop filming because a flight of parakeets kind of went right through the scene. Let's go through here and into the palace itself. Now we're going to meet the production designer, the very wonderful, very talented, very tall Michael Howells. Michael! Hello. How are you? I'm good. Very good. So this is pretty much to scale, isn't it?
This corridor is, it's 180 feet long. It's something like 700 candles to light this room.
How long does it take to light all the candles?
We have a big team. There's sort of 6 people who light and 2 fire marshals.
Has it ever caught fire? Has there ever been
We've
accidents?
had one fire.
Oh, okay. Only one fire.
Yeah,
well, that's not too bad, is it?
No, okay, but it went out very quickly. We've added 3 new staterooms and more servants' quarters.
And of course, a very important room.
The nursery.
That's the one.
Perfect,
yeah.
perfect.
Okay. See you later.
See you then. Bye-bye. This is the nursery, because now with Victoria and Albert they start the famous family. One of the fantastic things about working in Yorkshire, there are so many incredible craftsmen that we've actually used in commission pieces, and we had a local blacksmith who has made the cot for us based on a period design. And things like the wallpaper comes from a house in Cornwall, Port Eliot, which we copied and recoloured. What we have done is included all the portraits are of children and royal children. So we've used Van Dyck and Romney. It's this idea of the royal family, which is very much what Victoria and Albert invested in and became a very, very important sort of core value of their reign. This is the music room. When we started planning this, we wanted to do it based on music and song. And one of our main motifs throughout the room is our birds, whether they are carved birds to look like mice and porcelain, or whether they are the birds that have been set into the mirrors or on the sconces. The piano was made by the original makers who made the piano for the Princess Victoria before she became Queen. This is the basement, this is the servants' quarters, and we're in the undercroft with connecting stairs that run up to the palace upstairs. The basement creates a sort of slightly bigger problem because obviously we use less candles, and there aren't any windows as we are below ground, so we've used the idea that the light comes from above, which gives us a different atmosphere to the staterooms upstairs. But we are slightly plagued with animals that are coming in. We had an owl nesting in the set last year. This year we've got a lot of crows and jackdaws who are all just raising their young, so we also have to fight against those things as well.
Here we are on the costume truck, and I think I can see Ros EBBUTT, our amazing costume designer. Ros, my darling.
Hi there, Daisy.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Interrupt you because I know you're having a really frantic day.
We're loading for 2 separate lots of shooting all on the same day next week.
You probably remember this from series 1. Albert and Ernest had to put on the Windsor uniform because that's what you had to wear if you were at the court at Windsor Castle. It was designed by George III, and boy, is it heavy. I mean, it really is heavy.
Because it is all real metal.
It's real.
Tiny twirly bits of real metal with a thread through.
It's like wearing chain mail. It's incredible.
So this is the wonderful violet dress we made for her for a special trip.
Oh, that is gorgeous, isn't it? We're talking about the 1840s. We're filming in the 1840s now, so they didn't yet have crinolines, did they?
No, they had loads and loads of very heavy quilted petticoats, funnily enough, but cheatingly, we give them quilts.
They basically have duvets.
They have a duvet on
underneath.
with some pleated linen, so it looks as though they've got layers and layers of heavy flounce petticoat, but they hadn't exploded into the giant crinoline, which is coming in about 1854-ish.
Is that real ermine?
That is real ermine. You sometimes get fake ermine, which is white rabbit with little bits of black fur.
But we are going to make it very clear to the viewers that this is not.
This is a very, very
animals
old.
This is vintage ermine.
This is vintage ermine.
Yes,
all the fur normally is all pretend.
No.
The Coldstream Guards
Yes.
hats.
Yes, they're
All fake fur,
They are
which we
fake
then
fur.
have to, because it's very floppy,
Yes.
we then have to brush and spray with hairspray to keep it all looking nice.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? You can see. And who makes these bonnets for you?
Various different costumiers have made them for me. And then we've retrimmed some as well. Daisy, I'm going to pop this back quickly because I really need to go on the set. I hope you'll excuse me. Okay.
Bye, Ros. Thanks so much. So here is the makeup truck, and I'm just going to go and find out who's inside. Hey, Jenna. Got your contact?
Daisy.
Have you got your contact lenses in?
I do have my lenses in.
Is that the first thing you do?
It's maybe the 6th after the hair,
After the hair,
after
right.
the fake hair.
Oh, God. How much fake hair have you got on?
A couple of pounds worth, I'd say.
God. It's so iconic, though, the plaits around the ear thing, isn't it? That's just...
Yeah, this is kind of where we started, but
Yes.
these all change around actually, all the references from, so they're all here last year, they go all the way along the truck.
Yes.
Right here, which is a lot of the softer, more maternal look.
Yes.
And then we have...
Where's you being queenly? Up there?
there.
Yeah.
The Plantagenet Ball, which we've done this series.
And there's
You
Robert
should,
Peel.
try those lenses one time.
I'd love to. It's amazing to look at them when they're blue. It's just, I've always wondered what it would be like to have blue eyes. So now we're going to move on to Nick Collins, who's the demon barber of Victoria. She is the genius, the award-winning genius behind many costume dramas, including Downton Abbey. This is Adrian Schiller, Mr. Penge, and there are your sideburns. Ugh, they look a bit sort of...
They look very hairy until they've been worked on.
The real challenge with Victoria, isn't it, is the difference in sort of hair. It's how much hair men had on their faces.
Yeah, much hair than what people want to wear on their faces now.
Yeah. But the other thing about Victorian era is that ladies, like Victoria and her court, didn't wear makeup, did they?
No, it wasn't fashionable. Again,
it wasn't respectable, was it?
No,
yeah.
It was only seen, but they did wear
a little bit.
It was kind of like we do, au naturel.
Discreet.
Yeah, we kind of say we don't, but
we look, So, Adrian Penge, how do you feel about your wig?
Well, it's itchy, and I'd rather not wear it, but I have to from time to time. There is a slight issue which we have bumped up against, which was really people wearing wigs like this one. There you are.
Which is a livery wig.
A livery wig. I mean, you literally just pop that on top of your head. You didn't bother to make a good join on the forehead or anything like that.
No.
You just slammed it on and off you went.
Yeah.
But it looks a bit silly because it looks like people are wearing hats made out of hair.
What we decided, and they're really bad fitting, and sometimes they look quite comedy on screen, and we didn't want them to look comedy, so we decided to have a soft front put on them. So they're fitted quite well, and rather than being the centre of the attention of the scene, just kind of blend into the background with the footmen.
I mean, these wigs would be made out of horsehair, wouldn't they?
They would be made out of horsehair, yeah, or yak, goat,
so they would look pretty old.
And also, if they couldn't afford a wig, they would powder their own hair into style.
Well, I've got a train to catch, and
you go train, and I have to go to set, and Daisy's busy.
I'm always busy. I've got to do some writing. I've got to write the Christmas special. Otherwise there won't be one. So I better go. Okay, thanks so much, Nick.
Thank you, Adrian.
So that's all from our whistle-stop tour of Victoria. I hope you've enjoyed it. As you can see, the cars are waiting for the cast to take them away back to the hotels and back to London and back to real life. And I've got to get back to my laptop and write a few more episodes. So I'll see you around.